This week, I am answering all of your questions regarding weight loss, so let's not waste any time and jump right into it. Oh, God. Okay, so I'm gonna break this up into two different categories. The first one being the most asked questions I get about weight loss. That's what we're gonna start with, just in case you wanna get right to the point. I'm gonna answer all of my frequently asked questions about weight loss, so that way you have that information right from the get-go. The second thing is gonna be a lot of questions I got on Instagram, so if you submitted one of those, I will answer it in this video as well. All right, frequently asked questions about weight loss. The number one question I get about weight loss is, how do I start? Okay, the first thing you need to do, if you are truly about losing weight, you need to figure out what the amount of calories you need to eat to be in a caloric deficit. If I only get one thing across to you from this video, the only way you lose weight is by being in a caloric deficit. Too many people are like, yeah, but if I do keto, I don't need to track my calories because I just hit my fat per day and then I'll be fine, right? No. The only way you lose weight is by being in a caloric deficit. And I know that's a hard pill to swallow, and I don't want to be, a jerk about it, but I have to be real with you because there's so much bullshit out there. There's so many things, so many people are trying to sell you things. I have nothing to sell you, okay? I don't care what you do. I want you to lose weight if that's what you want to do. If it's a health thing, I absolutely want to help you because I was at risk for being diabetic, having a heart attack, dying in my sleep. I was massively at risk and I didn't have really anyone to help me. And so that is a main driving passion here is I just want to help you lose weight, especially if it's for health. And that is my number one takeaway. Find out how many calories you need to be in a caloric deficit. I have a whole video about this. I'll link it below. Long story short, be in a caloric deficit, that's how you lose weight. That's how you do it. End of story. Next frequently asked question, do I need to work out? How many days a week do I need to work out to lose weight? The answer is, you don't have to work out at all. There are so many people that lose weight, a significant amount of weight, without ever entering a gym or touching a dumbbell or doing a single squat. I don't recommend that. I do think you should work out because it's icing on the cake, no pun intended, because we're talking about losing weight and then I mentioned cake, sorry about that. But you don't have to work out. You can completely lose weight based on nutrition, which brings up another point. You cannot out-train a bad diet. The short answer is no, you don't have to go to the gym. You don't have to work out at all to lose weight. You can completely do it off your nutrition. I do think you should do it. It's gonna help with your self-esteem. It's gonna help, it's obviously healthy for you. You're gonna build muscle. You're gonna have a better cardiovascular. It's definitely good for you, but it's not 100% necessary if your whole goal is to just lose weight. But I do think you should work out. My third most asked question, do I need to buy supplements to lose weight? The short answer, absolutely not. No, you do not need to buy supplements. Now, I know that sounds weird because if you follow me on Instagram or watch any of my previous videos, I talk about supplements a lot because I'm a BPN ambassador, Bear Performance Nutrition. I'm an ambassador for them because I believe in that product a lot. I believe in all of their line of products. I use all their products every single day, but I don't need to, right? So this is the thing that people get confused about with supplements, is that supplements are literally to supplement the things that you're missing in your nutrition or in your workouts that you wouldn't otherwise have. So don't think you can eat like crap, have a bunch of supplements, and then you'll be fine. That's not going to work. I would say if you were to only get one supplement, I would get the BPN Greens. I talk about Instagram all the time. BPN Greens, I think, is the greatest supplement you can have for yourself. It's just for your overall health. It's a really, really good supplement because most people don't get enough greens in their diet anyway. That doesn't mean that you don't need to eat vegetables ever again. You still need to eat your greens, but it helps supplement the greens that you're not getting. So you don't need them, but they help. And the last frequently asked question that I get asked all the time is how do I keep up the motivation to do this every single day? And the answer is a harsh one. If you are wondering about my motivation, you're not ready for this. And I mean that with love. But if you don't want this as bad as you want to breathe, then you're not ready for this. I was at a place in my life where I was 406 pounds. I wanted to lose weight as bad as I wanted to breathe. And that's the truth, because if I didn't lose weight, I wasn't going to be breathing because I wasn't going to be alive. You have to know that you want this more than anything. You want to be healthy more than anything. I'm not saying you want to look like the models in the magazine. Screw that, because it's all fake anyway. It's all photoshopped. None of that is real. I'm talking about health. I'm talking about longevity. I'm talking about being 75 years old and not being in a wheelchair, not, having a good quality of life later on. That's what I'm talking about. And you need to want that more than anything. And once you're there, then you're not going to be asking anyone about their motivation, because you're going to know exactly what is driving you. You're going to know exactly what your purpose is. So for me, honestly, with that question, stop asking. Stop asking what someone else's motivation is. Start looking in towards you. Start writing things down. What are your motivations? What are your whys? Why are you wanting this? What is missing in your life that you want, that you need, and what are you willing to do to get it? Those are the questions you should be asking, not to external sources, because I'm not going to be there at the kitchen with you while you're alone and no one else is there, and you have to choose between eating a salad and eating the burger. No one's going to be there except you. So don't worry about what my motivations are or what drives me. Worry about what drives you and figure that out, because I'm telling you, once you do, it's not going to matter what anyone else's motivations are. Next question I relate with so much. Get healthy with Josh. My man boobs are not going away whatsoever. How can I begin to eliminate them? Oh, Josh, let me tell you something. Long story short, we're shit out of luck, okay? Unfortunately, when you're losing weight, you cannot, no matter what other trainers tell you or what other, fitness experts tell you, you cannot target fat loss. It just, there's certain things you can do. You can do some chest workouts. You can try to build up the muscles on your chest to try to shrink that skin there and tighten this area up. But at the end of the day, there's really not a lot you can do to target fat loss. It is what it is. And unfortunately for us, we both suffer from the man boob epidemic. And my man boobs have significantly dropped in cup size, I will tell you that. But they are still there. You see it when I run, you see it in some of the videos I post, depending on the angle or the lighting or the shirt. Try not to put stress on yourself. You can't target the fat loss anyway. So just accept it and just keep pushing, keep moving forward. Eventually they'll go away. Eventually. Dear God, eventually. So this is from Stefanos. How do you stay committed to your calorie deficit when you're feeling really hungry? So make sure you're not in too strict of a caloric deficit. In the beginning, you're definitely gonna feel a little bit of hunger because you're not gonna be eating as much as you're normally eating. So the thing to do with that, drink more water. Drink a lot of water. That's a huge thing that people miss out on, especially in the beginning of weight loss, is that you're not used to drinking as much water as you should be. So something that I think is a quick fix, especially for hunger early on, drink more water. This is from Different Runner. How do you stay focused when you see weight numbers go up and you've stayed true to your routine? So if you're seeing your weight numbers go up and you've stayed true to your routine, it could be a couple things. It could be that you're putting on muscle if you're working out harder, and it could be that you're not tracking everything. I know people don't like to hear this, but you have to track what you eat, especially in the beginning, because you've lived a life of not tracking anything. You don't know what calories are. You don't know how many ounces or what. And so how do you know what you're putting in your body to ensure that you're eating in a caloric deficit if you're not tracking it? People don't want to hear that you have to track your calories. And it's like a dirty word, tracking your calories. Like, oh no, I don't want to do that. That's too extreme. Is it though? Like, it takes me 5 minutes a day to track literally every single thing I'm eating for the day. So what is extreme about that? I'm taking 5 minutes of my day to ensure I'm sticking in a caloric deficit. You don't have 5 minutes to dedicate to ensure that you're gonna lose weight and live a healthier lifestyle? Then if you don't have 5 minutes, I don't know what to tell you. If you're truly tracking everything and you are in a caloric deficit, look at your training schedule and see if maybe you are putting on muscle. Check your body fat percentage. That could be a real thing. You could be eating more sodium than normal and your body is holding on to water weight. The body is annoying some weeks because it just fluctuates all over the place. So definitely don't weigh yourself every day. And sometimes even weekly is tough. Like, look your overall monthly trends on how your weight loss is progressing and be okay with that. Just make sure you look at the bigger picture and that you're in a overall in a downward trend. And that's it. That's okay. This is from Built by Brooke. Hardest mental aspect. For me, the hardest mental aspect of this whole thing is constantly reminding myself every day that this is not gonna end. Like, this is a lifelong path that I've dedicated to myself. I am always going to be in the pursuit of getting better, of working towards something. And sometimes that can be draining, that can be exhausting, especially like, full-time job, raising a toddler, having a healthy marriage, having healthy friendships, like all these things that I'm trying to do in my life, still trying to do some type of hobbies, still trying to have all that while dedicating the time that it takes to achieve the goals I want to achieve. It is a little bit of exhausting day in and day out. And so I just have to remind myself through just checking in and meditation that it's all worth it in the end, and that this is gonna be a lifelong journey, that I don't have to put all this pressure on myself to achieve everything right now, right here, that this is gonna be for the rest of my life. I'm gonna live this way. And so it's okay if things take time. That's the hardest mental aspect of this whole journey. This is from my man, Sam. Has there been a time where you wanted to quit the fat loss journey? My focus before was like very specific numbers. I want to be below 300 pounds before my son's first birthday. I want to lose another 50 pounds before my first Spartan race. Like, those were like very clear-cut fat loss goals. Whereas now my goal is more focused to athletic performance. I want to finish the marathon. I want to finish strong. I don't want to come in last place. So those are the things that it's kind of switched now. It will get back to fat loss eventually, but for right now, it's all marathon and performance based. This is from Bacon, Megan Cheese. I know you're committed to a full year without cheat meals. To what to you is a cheat meal? So that's a great question. It's not that I'm not like completely not enjoying what I eat. Like, I still, I'll go to Subway, I'll go to Jersey Mike's, I'll go to Chipotle, I'll go to Waba Grill, I'll go to El Pollo Loco. I go out to eat all the time. It's, well, as much as you can in COVID, but I choose certain things and meals that I can either track, that I know the calories, that I know the macro breakdown. So I don't go to a restaurant or eat something at a restaurant that I don't know. And if I do, I've maybe done that a couple times. I ask very specific questions. How do you cook the chicken? What kind of oil is used? Are you using butter on the fish? That kind of stuff. And it's annoying, and I know, I get that. It's very annoying for the waiter or whoever's, the chef to like break down everything they're doing. But, if they're not willing to do that, then that's fine. I just won't eat it. So yeah, I do have my go-to meals. And I will make a full video, actually. That's a good idea. I'll make a full video detailing exactly what I eat at different restaurants. So maybe help you out in some of the apps that I use to do that, and some of the trackers that I use to do that as well. So thank you, Bacon, Megan Cheese. I will make a full video about that subject. Okay, this was a super long video. Thank you for tuning into the whole thing if you have made it this far. If you didn't get your question answered and you still need help with weight loss, that is what this channel is for. That is what my Instagram is for. Please reach out, shoot me a message on Instagram, Focus Fight Finish. I am here to help. I promise you, I want to help you as much as I can. So yeah, thank you for watching the video, and make sure to like and subscribe. Click that bell so you get notified the next time I post, and I will see you next week. Peace.